Hello everyone, Russ of Aquarimax here. Recently, Carmen Patata Anaranjada asked about the premium Isopod and Millipede substrate. About 5 months ago, I released a video about the premium Millipede and Isopod substrate sent to me by the company Lugarti. And now I feel like I've had a chance to try it out, and I'm going to let you know what my experience has been. So first, let's talk about its functionality. Now, I used it for my Porcellio hoffmannseggi, my Armadillidium vulgare orange vigor, and for my Armadillidium klugi Montenegro. And as you can see, the orange vigor have been reproducing extremely well on this substrate. And if you caught my recent video on my Porcellio hoffmannseggi, you'll know that they are also reproducing on this substrate. And the same is true for my Armadillidium klugi, or my Montenegros. They're all doing extremely well on this substrate. I have no complaints about that at all. And the springtails like it too. As you can see here, the springtails reproduce on it really well when it is kept humid enough. In my Montenegro enclosure, it's not nearly as humid, so they don't do as well in there. But when it is kept humid enough, these springtails really thrive on it in high densities. So that's another point in its favor. Let's talk a little bit about the cost of the substrate. Well, for the bag full that I was sent, which contains about 5 or 6 pounds of substrate, here is the price on the website. Now, I've seen cheaper substrates and I've seen more expensive substrates for millipedes and isopods, so it seems pretty reasonable to me. I would say, now, if I'm going to make a large quantity of substrate, can I make it cheaper? Yeah, I think I can. I can do that myself. But I am making fairly large quantities of substrate. If you're making fairly small quantities of substrate, it might actually be cheaper to buy a bag like this. So you'd have to look at your own individual case and see how much substrate you need and figure that out and maybe compare some prices. Another benefit of this substrate is the ease of use. When I make my own substrate, the mixing, the heat sanitizing, and other parts of the process take a long time. But this substrate, you can use it straight out of the bag, as I did, and I didn't have any problems with doing so, so that is another point in its favor. So in summary, I've been very satisfied with this substrate. My isopods are breeding prolifically on it. It's extremely easy to use and can be used right out of the bag. And in terms of cost, it seems pretty reasonable. If you're going to make large quantities of substrate, you might be able to do it cheaper than purchasing this, but if you're just doing a small amount of substrate, it seems like a pretty reasonable price option. Thanks for watching. I release videos every Friday all about aquarium and vivarium pets. Please feel free to leave a like, comment, and if you haven't already,
subscribe.
And then click the bell icon so you don't miss anything.